G'day mate and welcome back to Factorio with me, JD. The mod I've actually chosen to highlight this week is the wireless charging mod. As always, links to the mod are down in the description. And wireless charging for your power armor has been a long requested feature. For both, you know, for the expansion into electric trains and electric vehicles. So they'd have some way to drive out, do things, and then come back to base and recharge. Because everybody wants a Tesla, nobody can afford them. At least we can make them in Factorio. As well as being able to recharge your batteries after a combat run, or you've got a running suit and you're running across the map and that sort of stuff. It's been requested for a very, very long time. Now, the wireless charging mod comes with two researchers. The first one, it's after blue circuits, so you're fairly high up the tech tree. That's really the first spot you're going to have modular armor anyway. And it's relatively cheap, to be honest, okay? At 150 red and green science. And it'll unlock the induction coil, they're all called low power induction coil, which doesn't really help. One for the ground, one for the train tracks, and one to go into your armor, okay? The other research we have here is basically the exact same thing, except this can move a lot more power. This moves 20 megawatts worth of power. Remembering that the best power we actually have for our armor is a portable fusion reactor, which is only 750 kilowatts. So, we have those along with the train track versions, which I've lost there and there. So we can have some normal train track, and then you can pop down a bunch of this stuff and be able to recharge your trains. Or even run, let's just put a couple of those in my armor. Two of those. And I could technically recharge my armor whilst running down the train tracks. I could never, ever see anything going wrong with that scenario. You also got the high-powered version, which has to be paired up with the high-powered version in your armor as well. So if I stand on here, I'm going to have basically the exact same charging rate if we look at it over a couple of minute periods. So I've got 500k here, and I've now got 499k. So technically it's slightly worse. So the other two items we unlock are ones that go on the ground. So we got a low-powered induction station, which is, look, to be honest with you, it's fairly cheap. Steal some electronic circuits. It doesn't provide a running bonus for running along the ground, which is something I'm a little bit. I'd like to see, to be honest. I'd like to see, because it's got the concrete background, I'd love to see like a 30% run speed increase, and then by all means, I'd have no issue just, you know, carpeting half my bus in one of these things so I could run up and down that area and recharge my armor. And as you can see, standing on here, I am getting some charge, and we can see the actual light fills up down here. Now, oh, I've just done it. I'm standing right in the middle of two of them now, and now I'm actually drawing power out of both of them. So I'm up to 1 megawatt. If you can magically stand in the middle of 3 of these, I haven't managed to do 4 yet, but I have stood in the middle of 3 of these. I managed to charge off 3 of them, which is awesome, and feels a little bit cheaty, but you know, it is what it is. And if I take those batteries out and drain them, oh, oops, not meant to have the portable fusion reactor in there. Also, stacking these doesn't actually do anything. Absolutely nothing whatsoever. So, portable fusion reactor with, actually, we'll do a fair test. We'll do 1 battery. And I think that's 1 pixel. That's definitely a pixel. That's another pixel. That's another pixel. At a charge rate of 750 kilowatts. Now, at the point you have solar panels, that getting 500 watts from the base is probably a lot more than what you could hope from your portable solar panels, which are doing 30 kilowatts each. 500 is one hell of a kick up in the power scale. But you do also unlock the high power induction coil, which needs processing units, speed modules, and efficiency modules. So a lot more expensive, but it does output 40 times the amount of power, which is a very, very large difference. Where are they? They're right there. So if I pop some of those down in the base, if I've got the small coil in my inventory, I still charge at that small coil rate. I'm just standing on a bigger plate, so I still get 500 kilowatts. If we just wipe everything real quick, put that back along with one of these guys, we can now see that I'm pulling 200 megawatts out of the grid and my battery's already full. Hang on, let's put a new battery in. It's pretty much full too. Same story, you can, if you're really lucky, stand in the middle of a couple of these tiles to really increase your recharge rate. I guess you'd have to pop in another mod that lets you take half steps and walk a little bit slower, because it's very awkward to get in the middle of a couple of tiles perfectly, so you're getting charged by 2 induction pads. So yeah, that's the mod. Honestly, I love it. I love the fact that I can recharge my armor very, very quickly, to be honest. Even if we went to the extreme level and just filled it full of batteries, they still charge. Like, you could put a full running suit together with nothing but legs. Oh, that really failed. Nothing but legs, an induction coil, which unfortunately is a 3x3, which is such a horrible shape. It's a horrible shape. We put them up there. We can fit a good number of legs in here. Even with some spare batteries, that should be enough to run across the map and then some. You know, and all you got to do is come back and park yourself on an induction plate for a little while and recharge the batteries. So that is the mod. As always, links down in the description. If you like the mod, hit the like button. If you want to catch up with these videos, which are hopefully weekly, maybe more than weekly, I don't know. They come out when I find a good mod. By all means, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next mod highlight. Thank you guys for watching. See you next one. Bye.